Alrighty, we are back in Space Engineers. This is 01 of 1. And yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff built already. So we've got our underground storage for a lot of hydrogen. This isn't everything that we have to build quite yet. We still have to build everything over here on this side as well. But everything is dug out, so all we have to do is just put the stuff in, and we should be good to go. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly just going through all that, and at least with that, we can start getting all of this going, which will be good. Oh, and that actually does tell me the inventory. Okay, good. So we're gonna need, why are you fixing stuff over here? That's weird. Okay, so we're gonna turn this guy on. Turn that guy on. There we go. And we should start scooting some more ice out of here. Eventually we'll get to the point to where it's not just gonna, you know, grab everything up, but yeah, so it's going in there, getting processed into here, and you can see that it is slowly filling up, which is good. That one's not filling up at all. But yeah, so it's coming along, doing its thing. And then we're also building down here while all that is going on. And I suppose the next thing that we could probably do is move this down. So we've got A group and B group. Which group is which? Okay, so A group is red, B group is that. Okay, so A group we want to detach. But first we want to make sure that the B group is attached. So that is attached. And then we're going to detach. And then we are going to reverse to move down. And then attach A. So that's going to be 2. And then detach B. And then reverse again. And then attach A. No, attach B. There we go. And I'm just moving this down for now. And then just for safety, we will attach that. Okay. So this is just to get us a little bit closer to the ground here. We don't necessarily need to be this close to the ground. Looks like we are using up. Okay, so we're at 44%. That's just barely starting to fill up. That's got a little bit in there. 41%, 0, 0, 0. Oh, that one's at 36. That one's at 75. Okay. So yeah, so we can still process a lot more of this stuff, and then all of that is going into these. So these should hopefully be filling up. Looks like they are. All right. Now, I think we're actually putting in more ice than what these can take in and process at a time. But I think we'll leave it for now until these things like start actually piling up, and then we'll figure out what we're doing there. Okay, so next thing that I want to do is check to see how much iron we have available, because we're gonna have to go through and okay, so we have some iron here. That's good. I'll just throw that in there for now. We'll put that in there as well. Okay, and now, let's see. So 378, 472, 7.5, 21. Okay, there's 2 there, 11 there. Good. I mean, I think we're good on iron for a little while, so that's good. And we've got even more there. Yeah, I think we've got more than enough iron to do what we need to do. So now that this is kind of finishing up here, I can start making, or grabbing, I should say, more of the plates. And we can finish out the floor, and then figure out how we're gonna actually feed all this. And I'll probably come off of here and just extend it out this way. And then just kind of go into the wall, same way I did over there. Yeah, I think that should work, maybe. What is it still trying to make over here? Is it doing the back wall? What are you doing? Oh, it's down there. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So that is all done. Good to go. And I don't know if we're going to be doing any more. Okay, no, it looks like we're actually building up our supply now, so that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on this. Now, something I could do is actually put something under here, under the floor, and just kind of move that over. That might actually be the fastest way to do this, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see, so we're gonna have to go here. Yeah. I'll figure out the buttons one of these days. All right, there we go. Okay, so we've got that. All right, so next thing that I'm gonna need is some interior plates. So let me grab some of those. I already have some, okay, good. All right. So how do we wanna do this? I guess we can just go with the conveyor junction under here because, you know, we're not really gonna need to see anything. That's a T-junction, reinforced conveyor tube, okay, good. I think we want to be able to see the tubing here going across. Okay, so that will get there. And then I'm gonna start putting in the corners because you always want to put in the corners first. And we'll see how far back we can actually go. And I'm thinking about there. Yeah. Okay, so with this being the back wall, we have to run this over as well. Okay. So there's that. Now we can fill in all of this. Okay, and then we'll run this corner over. Okay, don't want to go up that high. Probably run into here and then we'll do like a 2x1 slope going down. I think that might be the best option here. All right, now how are you guys doing? You're like all the way full, okay. So we will turn this off. Then we'll get ourselves a little bit more oxygen, a little bit of power. Okay. It actually ended stopping like right at the right place. I can't even talk. I stopped right at the right place. Okay, so that's where that's going to go, and then this is just going to be filled in. Okay. Now, I should probably put in, or do I want to tie it in over here? No, I kind of want to tie it in through here. Okay, and then that will go there, and then we'll be tied in on both sides. Okay. And then I can run from here going all the way along, and then we can just tie in this whole thing from the bottom, which I think will work out nicely. We'll just rotate this. We gotta go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. And then we'll do junction, 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 and then that will be good for that. And that'll be everything tied in. And then also with some redundancy in case this side breaks, we'll still have the other side. So that will be good. My assembler is probably hating me right now. It's like, you really expect me to build all of this? What are you doing? What are you doing? But you know what? It's fine. Something I could do is just throw another assembler on here. So we can get two of these things running at the same time, you know what I mean? Could be a good idea, potentially. And then also, we have to run through all of this and see what we need, what we don't need, what we can move. It looks like we don't really have too many options here. We have a lot of ice to go through. And I mean a lot of ice to go through. And then all of those need to be emptied before I can even start thinking about taking apart the ship. So we've got a long way ahead of us. Okay, and then that's gonna do its thing. All right, so then another thing that I was thinking about is having this be the only way to go up is gonna be pretty slow. There's no really two ways about it, it's just gonna be slow. I mean, I'll try to speed it up as much as I can, but still, it's not gonna be very much. So I'm wondering if I should make like an express, and I'll have that one run off of wheels. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I do not know. How are we doing? 60%, 60%, 89%, 96%. So yeah, we've got a lot of ice to go through. We've got a lot of this stuff to build. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause it for a little while and just kind of let it run in the background. And yeah, We'll come back once everything is kind of built up, and then we'll continue from there. So I will be right back. All right, so I let it run for a little bit, and we'll take a quick look at what we got going on here. So it looks like everything is built, good to go. All right, so now we got to get the back wall put in. Before I do that, I'm going to grab some more plate. I have 233, that might actually be enough. Okay, and then stupid me, instead of hitting pause on the last recording, I hit stop. So this is a new recording, yay! But so now I got to splice the two together, which is going to be super fun. And it's not going to take a long amount of time at all. There's a lot of sarcasm in my voice right now if you can't tell. That's another bad thing that I don't like about editing, is like not only do you have to spend literally hours going through there, making sure that all the sound lines up, that you're not like going too high in the sound or too low in the sound. You got to make sure that it's, you know, matching up correctly. And then like if there's other spots where you want to speed up or slow down, and there's a lot of stuff that you have to do. And I'm sure that I would be capable of doing it, like if I just sat there and just did it for like weeks and weeks on end. But I don't have the time for that, to be completely honest. I don't have the time. I mean, if I were to do like a 1 hour video, right, and then fully edit it, I would do like 4 to 6 hours of editing on that single 1 hour video. Like literally, that's what I used to do. And then I didn't have enough time to do, you know, videos and stuff, and it just got to the point where it's like, okay, so what are we gonna do here? Because it wasn't working. So, and I kind of figured, you know, because, you know, with editing you're looking at like the raw file or whatever. And it's like, okay, is this really so bad that it needs editing? Or are you just doing it because you're a perfectionist and that's just what you want to do? And turns out it was because I was just being a perfectionist and I wanted it to be perfect. Even though obviously it wasn't, because I'm not very good at editing. So I don't know, like I just figured just kind of spitballing it and going, I don't know, just raw, you know? Just here's what I'm going to record, I'm going to do it all in one take. And it's either gonna do its thing or it's not gonna do its thing, and I'll just have to find ways to like take up the space or like pause or something like that. But to be completely honest, like just splicing these two separate recordings together, just in processing time alone, is gonna take 45 minutes. Like just to splice two videos together. So it's just it's not worth it. In my opinion, it is just not worth it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is add in some of these. Now this will hopefully get buried over here on the right side in the ice. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm hoping it does. Okay, and then we can do this actually right on top, which is actually works out really, really nicely. Make sure you do the corner first, otherwise you're never going to be able to put it in there. All right, so then we can put all of this on here, and that is actually not what needs to go there. Instead of straight up blocks, these need to be the 2x1 bases. Okay, I can do that. Okay, and it does go into the ice. Okay, good. And then over on the left side where it's a bit lower, I'll just have to, I don't know, figure it out. But maybe it'll work. Maybe. Yeah, we might have to go down a little bit more over on this side, but not by much. So then if I go with these and I put this in there, that should be completely buried. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I am very happy with that. Okay, so now we can put in this to kind of finish that off. And then we are going to have this open space up here in the back. And it shouldn't be used up by anything. So what I'm going to put in there to get rid of that line that you're going to see, because these two aren't actually joined together, is I'm just going to do a 45 and have it angled down like that. And then that'll get rid of the line that you're going to see up there, out there. And yeah, should work out pretty nicely. Okay, so, and now as you can see, like, see that line right there? Now as those little 45s get built, you'll see the line kind of disappear. So like over in here, maybe. But yeah, I just want this to be nice and smooth. You see like that just disappeared? Yeah, so that's what the 45s down there are for. And then with this thing closed all the way, we could actually technically just drive right on top of here if we really, really wanted to. And I could put like a ramp over here and just have that kind of come down with it so you can drive up onto here and then drive up on top, like with your vehicle or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of sort of working. Okay. I need hydrogen. We're actually just going to go into here because this is faster. Here we go. All right, so I am overall pretty happy with this so far. Of course, that means that instead of that being the front of the base, now this is kind of the front, which, you know, I'm fine with. I'm completely fine with. It's definitely interesting, but I think it worked out better this way, and completely unplanned. But you know, all the best things are. Okay, so now we can start building all of the stuff down in here, which is going to be interesting. And that's going to be these guys, and I want this to be like that with, okay, so then the little displays have to be up on top. So we go in there like that. And then that one will go there and there. Perfect. Okay. And then we need to grab these things, put these up on top. Oh, I forgot to do the wall over here. Whoops. But yeah, this is why we do the corners first. Okay. And I'm actually out of steel plate. That's fine. I'll just grab up some from here. Okay. Okay. So that is that kind of sort of figured out. We're gonna have to go out at least to here. And then I may do something over here. Maybe do like some other processing room or throw like some nuclear reactors or something in there. I don't know. But yeah, we'll do something in there. And I think that'll work out pretty nice. I could do like the, you know, kind of like this, only have them like slide this way or slide that way. Or, no, I think, yeah, I want them to slide side to side, I think. How much room are we going to need for that? Because those take up, what, 4 when they're fully extended? I thought. And we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if I did put them here, I could actually build out farther in there and actually seal that. I mean, I'm not going to be able to seal this, but I could seal that. I don't know why I would want to, but I could. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna grab some more plates. Okay, and then I want to put those things on here as well. So let me see, it's going to be, where are they? Frames, hello? What is this? An engineer plushie? What? I didn't know they had this. That is very cool. Is this new? I kind of want to make one. Okay, but let's go large blocks. Where is the frame? Frame? Is that even what it's called? Frame. No, that's not what it's called. Oh, these things. Duh. Beams. Beam. And we wanted these, I believe. Yes. And I need to get myself some more of these. All right. Okay. Now we have the tubes kind of on that side, so we'll just mirror that. Okay, so that should go there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Okay. So there we go. We've got kind of our whole thing going on here. This is actually completed. That's pretty cool. And this is going to take some time to build up again, so I'm just going to pause it again. And hopefully this time I'll remember to resume and not stop the recording. Also, how long was the last one? I'm going to have to check that. All right, but anyways, I will be right back when that is all finished building. So just for fun, I decided to start just disassembling these things and then let the collectors, you know, just kind of collect all the pieces and parts here. But yeah, that's what a ton of stuff looks like. 31K, 162K, 500K, just really big rocks. And I think that's the maximum size they can get. And I think they get there pretty quickly, so. But overall, I built another assembler over here just to kind of help, and I put that one in cooperative mode, so hopefully that'll kind of get things moving. All of these are now built, so the thought process here is that we'll actually start tearing these things apart, and then it'll take whatever is here and then store it down in those. At least that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. I have no idea if that's what's actually going to happen, but yeah, I mean, it's a process. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so this guy is just kind of doing its thing, just kind of picking up the slack wherever it can. It's not very fast, but you know, hey, a little bit of help here and there I think is going to help out a lot, and we'll get those done hopefully pretty quickly. Yeah, it looks like it just needs steel tubes now, and then this one will be done. It looks like it'll be done right then. Okay, so that's all of these now done. And now we should be going pretty hardcore into building iron plates. So my guess is that this thing is just going to be making plates now. So, and I've, well, okay, sort of right, sort of wrong. I don't know. It is what it is. Right, so what I can do, however, is put on some modules. Do this little power efficiency module. Wait, no, that's not what I want. I want the speed module. There we go. And then just kind of make this be a little bit more practical. And of course I need steel plates for that. Grr. Aren't you like making steel plates? Maybe? Yeah, gimme. No. My inventory is full. Okay, gimme. Grr, give me plates. Okay, thank you. All right, so that, ooh, okay. Sorry. I forgot that this thing is on here, which is on there, so it's not exactly the most stable thing in the world. This is just meant to be, you know, temporary. Unknown signal dropping down back there. Okay, so that should be doing its thing. And it looks like some of the flooring is done already. You can actually see kind of down through here. It's like a mesh type thing. Looks like some of it's done, some of it is not. Like back here is not done, but it's getting there. And then hopefully that is gonna help, maybe. Production, yeah. So a little bit faster, so that's good. The only thing that I'm worried about now is power. Because we have very little in the way of power backup. And also that gave me, well, not necessarily that particular, but I have an idea of what I want to do back here. And I think I want to do a power wall in the back. So like all the way, if I can get out of here. So you take this wall, go all the way down, and we'll put just, that will just all be batteries. We probably don't even need to put a back wall. We'll just make the whole batteries be the wall. And we'll get those kind of going. And then I want to do 2 rows of cryopods. You know, we'll do like the stairs going up and stuff like that. And I think that would be interesting. Now, I don't know why you would want to go into a cryopod on an ice planet, but let's say that, you know, you're, because I mean, we are dealing with interstellar distances here. So imagine that like you're driving, or you caught a ride from there to here, right? And this is kind of like your pit stop. But the problem is that the next freighter isn't coming for another 4 days, right? Well, do you really want to be sitting out here on an ice planet for 4 days? You know, and that's, you know, you're going to be aging those 4 days. Whereas, you know, you could just hop down here into a cryopod and you just kind of chill there, literally, in the cryopod for 4 days. And then you don't age at all because you're frozen. And when your ride gets here, they wake you up, you catch it, and you go on to your next thing. Maybe there's cryopods on that ship too. So for all of the traveling that you're doing from planet to planet, like, you're not aging at all. Which I think would be something that people would worry about, because people are, you know, vain. So, I mean, if you have to like travel for years just to get from one place to another place, like, you don't want to age years just to travel, right? So, I don't know, that's the thought process. I think it's a cool idea. Maybe not, maybe it is. I don't know. But another thing that I have to do is I have to figure out how to pipe everything in there, because if we're looking at the cryopods, you'll notice on the back side, if I can get this thing to float, there we go. Yeah, so on the back side, it has this little connection here, right? And that's that way when you're in the cryopod, you can still do all of your breathing and stuff. Now, I kind of wish that these had like a different design for the cryopod. And then that design for the cryopod, I want it to be like the oxygen farm. Sort of like you lay down in it, right? And you've got, you know, your whole connection thing is over there. All of your life support is in that back block or whatever. But you yourself are kind of in this little, you know, hole here. You got glass, it'll be frosted over, but you can still see like who's in there. And then in doing that, we could actually hook these things up to like some pistons. And then like when you need to go into a cryopod, it'll like push it out, and then you get in and then you freeze, and then it'll pull you back in and put you into like, you know, deep cryo or whatever. And then, you know, like when you're done, you just, you know, it just pops you right back out. Could be cool, right? But it's kind of what I wish we had, but we don't. So gonna have to make do with what we got. I could still technically do the whole pushing out and pulling in thing if I wanted to, but I think that's just going to be kind of a pain. Yeah, I mean, I could do it. It would be kind of cool, but nah, I don't think so. So we'll just do normal, everyday cryopods, whatever. And then we can decorate this room with some piping or something like that, you know, because you got to run like nitrogen and all that other kind of stuff into the cryopods to maintain the cold and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, we have quite a lot to actually dig out here. And I'm just right-click drilling all of this because we have too much ice as it is. And I want to make sure that I'm not digging out too far to the side there, because I do want this to be sort of encapsulated in the ice. You know, kind of like how it is, where it kind of goes through a little bit. You know what I mean, right? Right. So something like that, and then we'll get down probably another block or two, and then we'll start doing the battery walls. Oh, and I checked the length of the first part of this video, and it was 15 minutes, so that puts us at about 36 minutes in the video total so far. Hang on. How far out can we go? Okay, so we need to be like right under there. Okay, good to go. So I don't want to dig out too far. Oh, hey, fuel is low. Will he make it? Yes. Okay. All right, so how big do I want this room to actually be? I mean, if I make it just big enough to match this side over here, it's not going to be very big at all. So like we would need to put in that, and that would literally be the outside wall. Now, the other thing that I have to think about here is I have to get this kind of connected into the piping system somehow. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. Remember, always do the corners first. All right. And we'll just kind of keep moving this thing over. Now, I don't want to dig out too much of the ice here. Just enough so it ends kind of in the middle of the block. And then I'm also going to have to build a wall over here. So that's going to have to go back a little bit. All right, so not there, but there. And that's going to be... Ooh, I just blew it up. Sorry. I didn't mean it, I promise. Okay, do I have one left. Okay, so let's grab some more plate. Thank you, and I'll grab that one as well. All right, so let's try this again. So we want to go here. And then we need to get the corner down here in. that'll go there. And I think that will be good. Then I should go in here and drill this down as well. There we go. Alright, that has to be dug out just a little bit. Probably a little bit there as well. There we go. Okay, so that is where our sidewalls anyways, are gonna go. And then that is gonna be our floor. Okay, so now all I have to do is just dig out the rest. This is gonna take some time. So I'm gonna pause again, dig this out, and I'll be back when I'm back. All right, that took way longer than I thought it was going to take, but we finally got it all excavated out. All of the stuff in here has been long since built, so this has been kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. Anyways, so now we can go on to building the batteries. So we have the warfare batteries, which I think they can store the same amount as this battery here. Oh, what is this? Oh, no, it's just the same thing. Okay. I wonder what it looks like, if it's like any different. No, it's still the same thing. I mean, it looks cool, right? I don't know which way is which. And also, what is that? It's a rust freighter. Okay. So, okay, so huge battery, I guess, but I want to go with these ones. So, like I said, we're going to make this the back wall, and I need steel plates. Okay. Plate. I have no idea how many I'm going to need. It's going to take a while to build all of these, though, so it's just going to be how it is, I think. Hopefully we have enough nickel for all of this. I'm sure we do. And you know what? I think I'm going to make the top row be the warfare batteries. So we still have quite a lot to go, but this is going to take a while to build. All right. There we go, and then warfare battery. Okay. So there's all of that. This is going to take a very, very long time to build. So I think I'm just, and this is going to be using up resources while it's doing it. And then I kind of had another thought for the interior here. Like, I like the piping up there. I definitely want to keep that. But I think I may actually want to do this in a couple levels, right? You know, like most things that I do, I like having levels on things just because it makes them look more interesting. And actually, yeah, instead of doing that, we're going to go like this. I'm going to have this go to here. And then I'm going to need, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. No, all blocks. There we go. Okay. And then we need, yes, this piece here to go there and there. And then we're going to go back into this piece to create kind of like a little angled wall type thing. And then from here, we can just do just regular old blocks the rest of the way. So if you're standing over here on the edge, you can still kind of see all the batteries and stuff. Kind of what I'm going for here anyways. And then we can build up on top. Okay, and then I think I want to have in this block space here a ladder, but like one of those like enclosed ladders. And then also on the other side, no, we don't want to do it on the other side. Okay. So now we want to go into, what is it? It's in the decoration blocks, I think. No, it's not. It's this, but it has a ladder inside. Or am I thinking of a different, I could be thinking of a different game. That is completely possible. I thought we had one like that though. Didn't we have one? Batteries, ion thrusters, a helm, okay. Heat vent, searchlight, sliding doors. Is it like, here it is. Yeah, ladder shaft, okay. So I wasn't going crazy. We do actually have this thing. Oh, but then I gotta actually dig this out. Dang it. And then we want to go sort of like this. There we go. And then we'll dig out that little bit on the bottom. Perfect. And we'll hop up here. Okay. Okay, so I need interior plates for these. Okay. Interior, thank you. All right, 8. Now, I don't remember if I have to put that last piece up there, if I can just kind of replace it with something. I need a lot of construction components, apparently. Are we making those? Are we out of... We are not out of iron. There is no freaking way. We are out of iron. Holy crap. We had like, I don't know, probably close to 100,000 iron. And now it's gone? What? Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's what we gotta do this for. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and I will be right back. All right, so we got some more iron and it looks like everything is pretty much built for these. Excuse me, hiccups. Except for the power cells. So we're just waiting on those to build. You can see that we are steadily increasing the amount of power that we've got in the system, so that will be good. Everything over here is good to go. Everything is filling, which is also good. And yeah, I mean, it's coming along, I guess. I mean, there's not really much to complain about here. Yeah, these all have, oh, they can only hold 16,000. Dude. O2 gens, these can hold only 10,000, what? 10.5k is the max that these things can hold. That is ridiculous. So, okay, so it's going to take us a very, 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 very long while to fill these things up. So that one's at 50%, but then again, that was the first one that we got. 11%, 12%, 12%, 12%, 11%, and then these ones, these new ones, 3%, 3%, 3%, and they're filling up very, 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 very slow. But, I mean, there's not really much else I can do here. I mean, we do have just the base level of stuff. I don't have the tiered systems implemented in here yet. I don't know if I want to yet. Definitely if I start doing like the combat type stuff, I probably am going to want that because, you know, your ships aren't going to get destroyed in like 2 seconds. But, I mean, for now, we're just pretty much building structures, you know? So, I guess, I don't know, it is what it is, maybe? Okay, so let's go and grab some more of these plates, finish putting this in. Okay, so that's going to be our floor, and then we have this, which I'm going to just line with windows. This area up here is going to be kind of like a rest area type thing. All right, so now we need to see how this is going to work. So if I get up on the ladder, is it going to let me go all the way up to the top and then like stand on top, or is it going to stop me at the top of the ladder? That is what I want to know. Okay, so it does stand me on the top of the ladder. Okay, so with that in mind, will it still do that if I have a panel here, kind of blocking the area? We'll do that because I'm still gonna need to, you know, get everything sealed in here, so it's gonna have to be a thing that I do. And then I should probably put some glass or something over that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I just want to make sure that this still lets me get all the way up to the top. It does not. Okay. So, with that being understood, we do actually have to put the final ladder thing here. So, ladder thing here. And of course I need an interior plate. And if I could type, there we go. Man, okay. Okay, so that solves that problem. We'll get all the way up to the top. And then I think all we have to do then is just kind of jump off. And then I want to see how far up I can get. That kind of sucked. Okay, this is interesting. Did you guys see what I did? Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm getting on the ladder and getting off the ladder. But if you're looking up and you hit F, you're on the ladder, then you're off the ladder. But you're actually 1 level up, right? And you do it again, and now you're 2 levels up. And then you do it again, and you're 3 levels up, and you do it 1 last time, 2 last times, and then you're up at the top. So that, I didn't know that that was how that worked, but that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so then I'm gonna need some girders. Girder. And then I'm just gonna put window on here. So let me grab that 1 by 1. There we go. So that'll work there. Wow, these batteries are actually getting built pretty quick. We're gonna have a lot of power here. It's gonna take a lot to charge these things up, but another thing that I do want to do here is to build a solar farm type thing. And we'll do like the whole, tilting, thing. But I want to do like rows. Yeah, I want to do rows. Instead of like a huge like thing up on a tower that, spins and connects to the sun, wherever it is. I just want a row that'll rotate in just one dimension only. And it's not going to be as efficient. It's not going to be the most efficient thing in the world, obviously. But it will look cool once it's kind of like spread out like all through here. If I just were to run that all the way over. I think that would look pretty cool. And then we'd make it, I don't know, like 20 long or something. Like just something ridiculous like that. And then we'd have, I don't know, how many rows can we fit here? Like 7, 8? Maybe 8 rows. And then put each one on a rotor. So that way it can like rotate, along with the sun. But of course I have to figure out which way the sun is moving. Actually, hang on. Let me do it like this. So if I put this directly in the middle of the sun, and we see which way the sun moves. Super scientific what we're doing right now. Okay, so it looks like it is moving from my right to my left, which is actually good because of how we are facing here. So it comes from this side and then it rotates over to that side, which is perfect because that is how I would want to have this thing set up. So we'd have the rotor, bunch of rotors, and then have the solar panels off of the rotors going down that way, so that way they can rotate towards the sun over here, and then as the sun kind of crosses. So this will actually still be pretty efficient, if I'm being honest. Pretty happy about that, actually. The only thing is I have to remember to do this. I suppose I could set one up and then just kind of go with it. And then also the other issue is that the solar panels are 2 wide, rotors are 1 wide. So it's going to be like an awkward spinning type thing. Ideally, I would want that to be centered. But I don't know if that's a thing that I can do or not. Oh, wait. Hinge. No, same issue. Dang it. Let's see. So with them being an even number wide and long, there is 0 way to get that to be an odd number. Odd number means that we have a center block. So there's no way to do that. So then the only option that we would have would be to do something going from large grid to small grid. But then we would have to go from small grid to large grid for the solar panels, unless I go with the small ones. And how big are the small ones? I think those are also... no, those are like 4x16 or something, right? But they don't put out as much power as the other ones anyways. Okay, so how would I do this? Okay, so I would have something like this, right? And then I would want to put a rotor on here. And then it doesn't have to be like a fancy rotor, it can be like one of these ones. Then we can get rid of that, and then add a small head. Now that small head is just going to be a single block wide. And then once we've got that, We go into solar. And I'm fairly certain, sir, can you go small? Okay. Wait, no, this is 5. That's actually good. Okay, sweet. Okay, so then we want to go like this, and like that, and like that, and then we want to go like that, and work with me, sir. Okay, then we go like that, and then we go over to here, flip this guy around, and I need steel plates. So then these will rotate kind of within the same block space, which I think will be good. And then we are putting out 14 kilowatts, 19 kilowatts, 24 kilowatts. What's the max on these things? No, G solar doesn't tell me what the max is. Okay, that's fine. I need more plates, basically. Let's try not killing ourselves if we can help it. Plate. I'm gonna take a bunch of these. Okay. Okay, now how far out do I want this to go? Like twice that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. 1, 2. Dang it, I am losing count. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so then we'll make this 20. So then that'll be 11. I put that in the wrong place. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. And then we need to do some sort of a structure under here, and I'm thinking I want to do a beam. We are very far out here. Holy crap, dude. No, wrong way. Sir. Okay. And then we'll do... Okay, and then that will launch or land there. Okay, now I need to be careful here. Okay, so... No, I need to go one more, right? Yeah, I need to go one more. Okay. And then that. Okay. And then we need the rounded piece. Okay. That will go there, and then we need the rotor. And because we have to place this, this is why I moved that, because otherwise it wouldn't have let me place it. And then we can put this thing there. And then this is going to be a dead rotor. And let me see, dead rotor. Okay. And then, okay, I need some hydrogen. Okay, so first things first is we're gonna have to pull this thing in. So our rotor displacement is gonna have to go negative. Okay, and that's just to get us the space that we need over here on this side, because we have to put in all of these. And then also the small rotor head. So that's going to be 9. There we go. Something like that. Okay, and then we tell this to attach. Hopefully it doesn't break. Okay, and we're good to go. And then we'll take the rotor displacement over here. And we'll put this back at 0. Good to go. And hopefully that will be fine. All right, so the idea here is that we're going to have a little booth or something that's going to have the programmable block to actually control this. And then this, we're going to call this solar string rotor. So if I could spell solar string rotor 1, because it's a string of solar, you know. Okay, so that will be good for that. What do I want to do for the programmable block? I mean, I kind of want to put it like out of the way if I can. You know, like maybe even like in this block space. I think that might be a good idea. Wait, hold on. Let's go with paneling. And then we'll go from the back here out to there. And then we need the programmable block to go on to here. And then we'll put in the solar script. And then we're going to need a solar group, I think. Custom, nope, that's not the right one. Edit, browse, refresh. There we go. Solar alignment. Oh, looks like there's an update. Sweet. Uses rotors or gyros to align solar panels for maximum efficiency. Key feature, virtually align as many towers as you like with just one programmable block and is able to figure it out by itself. Okay, so we will copy, we will check, compilation's good, hit OK, and then we just want to look through here, and so we need solar rotors, so that's going to be the group name. Okay, so then rotor, there we go, this is going to be in a group called solar rotors, save, okay, and now, we look into here again, solar panel 22. Okay, looks like it's doing its thing, I think. Okay, and then we want to change this to text and images. And it sees solar script. Always give credit. Debug font size is going to be 4, I think. And then 200. Wait, no. 0. 200. 0. Center alignment. Background is there. Okay. Ooh, no. 3.5. There we go. So are you aligning? What are you doing anything? You're not doing anything. I might have to recompile this. There we go. I don't know. It says it's doing its thing. Doesn't look like it's doing its thing, but whatever. Okay, so let's check and see how our battery wall is doing. Our battery wall is complete. Cool. All right. So what I wanted to do up here is kind of make this like a little relaxation area, I suppose. And then this is going to be kind of like our cryo area. And then I want to put like a little waiting area, you know, like a little living room type thing down over here, have all the cryopods be over here, and then have like a bigger meeting area, you know, like with vending machines and all that other fun stuff up here. And then we've got our solar situation started. I do want to take one of these. Is it this one? Let's see, show area on. Okay. And then let's see, we want to make this thing go. Oh, there we go, to the top. Okay, there we go. So then the offset, there we go. And then we'll just move that all the way out there. And then that'll be good. And then we'll go into here. That's actually fine. And then, nope, we want it to move out kind of that way. Okay, so that'll be good for that. Oh, I gotta turn the area off. That's gonna be show area off. Good. Okay. So now I'll be able to build everything out here, which is good. Is this? Oh, wait, no, it is actually. It's moving. Nice. Okay, sweet. It's doing its thing. I'm happy. Yeah, and so dead rotor is dead rotor. You are moving in the wrong direction there, sir. I think it's just trying to figure out where the sun is at the moment. It's like, oh, let's turn it this way. Oh, our power is getting lower and lower. Oh, better turn it the other way. Okay. Oh, our power is getting bigger. Hey. I mean, I think that's basically all it is just checking for, you know, inputs and outputs. Well, inputs really, not so much outputs. But yeah, so this should be spinning the other way now. I don't know, it's spinning so slowly. No, it's still spinning towards me. I don't know, I can't tell. I'm going to go over into here. Okay. So we've got everything kind of sort of started. We've got all of our tanks now built, so I get to... Actually, that is something that I can do is start tearing these things down. That's going to be fun. Yep. But hopefully that'll just continue grabbing everything. It's a lot to grab though, but it'll be moving it into all of the tanks down here because there's nowhere else for it to go. So I think that will work. And then it can't grab very much at a time, unfortunately. Yeah, it's only grabbing like 4K at a time. It's gonna take a while to move everything. It might actually be faster for me to name these. So if I were to take this and control panel, and then we're going to call this ores and ingots, ores, comma, ingots. I don't remember if this needs to be, no, just a thing. I don't know. Is this working? Okay, yes. So it is pulling. Okay, good. And then we'll change this one as well. Ores, ingots. And then ores, ingots. I don't think I need the comma in there actually. But hopefully this will pull everything. Maybe it won't. Okay, so we're gonna put this one over here, and then we're gonna go into one of the new containers. And they're all gonna have the green. So then if we do this, I can move a ridiculously large amount of stuff. So it's gonna have to be like a different color, right? No, it is putting everything back in here. Okay, I do not want this to be ores and ingots. If I tell it that, will it move everything out? Or is it just going to rename it? I think it's moving everything out. It is. Good. And it stopped. This one has a lot of stuff in it. If I move all the ice out, that'll take care of that. Move that ice out. Okay. No! Move everything out of here. Come on now. It's not working. Okay. I need you to stop being named this. So that way when I move everything out, it'll actually move out. Okay. No, I told you not to be named components. Why are you being dumb? Okay. Sir, I need to open up this one. Yes? Why are you still named components? Gar. I don't want you to be named components. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but for now, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Okay, so now this is over here. We can at least try to move these things out. Yeah, so that'll go there, that will go there. No more room in that one, no more room in that one. This one has a little bit of room. That one does not have any room. Okay. Okay. Okay, this one. All right. And then this one. There we go. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Okay, that one's full. That one is full. That one is full. This one is not. All right. Now it is. Okay. All right, we are slowly, emphasis on slowly, making progress. And then these things have got to be getting filled up by now. Let's see, ores and ingots. Yep, that one is full. That one is full. That one is full. That one is almost full. That one is full. That one's full. That one is full. That one is full. That one is not. That one is not. That one is not. Okay, so we have 3 more that we can move out of here. And I have like 8. Oh my god, I'm not gonna have enough room for all this stuff. How are we doing? Actually, hang on. Let me check our status here. That is all the way full. That one is not all the way full. Okay. And then you guys are still very, very full. 60% full. 60% full. 96% full. 96%. Yeah, it's going to take us a very long time to be able to get through all of this ice. And hopefully I've got enough room in the tanks for everything, but I honestly have no idea if that's even going to be the case. All right, so let's drop all of this stuff off. Really, I just need to let this thing run for like 6 hours just to see how much we can actually process through and how much space we save. Oh my god, that's going to take a lot of time. But I think for now, we should be almost an hour and a half into this video, so I think this is probably a good place to stop. I do want to check on our solar string here. Are you... What are you doing? You just stopped. You gotta keep spinning, dude. Like, what are you doing? This thing is off, right? Yes. Rotor lock off. Thing is off. Okay. Everything's off. And that's just so it doesn't look like this thing is spinning, you know. Although, what I could do is just detach. It's still going to be like basically the same thing, right? So it looks like it's still connected, even though it's really not. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then is this going to, what are you doing? I mean, you're obviously not pointed towards the sun right now. I don't know. It's fine. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We got a lot done. We got a battery wall. We got a whole new room. 2 new rooms, technically. We got this whole side done. We've got our solar string done. Well, one of them anyways. We're going to have to build, like I said, like a bunch of these. And then we started getting rid of some of this over here, but we need to process through a lot of ice before we can really start moving this stuff around. So I think I might just let this run in the background for a while and, I don't know, keep making sure the H2O2 gens are filled and just let them keep processing, I guess. But that's going to be all I got for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. But until then, have a good one.